Are we on the air?
Yes, you are.
And big shouts to Cesaro, because I did a cell therapy way back speaking about a specific artist that used to come in, or a specific person that used to come inside HMV, and I never used to see him, and it was because he was in the jazz section for like 2-3 months.
Right.
And would never come down to the hip hop and R&B section. It was this guy right here. This is one of the few guys that honestly used to come inside HMV, and like he wasn't just about one specific genre. This guy was all over the place. He put me
on to Lewis Taylor.
Well, there you go.
Exactly.
There you go.
Like, you talk about anything like that's got that like underground buzz of the newest whatever. C was
that dude.
Okay, but hold on. You just now you mentioned HMV, so I just need to get like validation, all right? So, like I said on the show here many times, Mr. Harper here, back when we were at HMV, this at HMV, the basement in HMV, me and Glenn Lewis and everyone would just talk for hours and hours and hours. So like, yo, like, what's the word?
No, seriously, that was like the cipher. Like, me, Ivana Santilli, Carlos Morgan on occasion, Divine Brown. You'd be surprised. Like, everybody who's doing anything right now in this city, we all culminated at HMV. We would all be chilling in the basement looking for new music, but it would also be an excuse to build. And we would talk about what's new, what we doing. You know, Ty would talk about his aspirations, what he doing from DJing to whatever else, wanting to get into production, whatever else. To see him now, it's a trip. You know what I'm saying? But like, we literally, you know, that was like,
it was like High Fidelity. Anybody seen that movie?
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much exactly. We weren't that rude.
Right.
But it was close to, man.
You feel me? Close to. I be coming down there, hey, Ty, it's such and such a... Dude, do you understand how many times a day I get hassled about this? No, man. It's not, okay?
Okay.
You know,
it was what it was, man. Like a lot of other city's talent, for a lot of us, besides the EC thing, Electric Circus, our first introduction to you was off of a little compilation called Groove Essentials, Ivan Berry.
Hey, I just want the people to understand, like, we were really going through some history, right? Like,
well, that's what we here to do.
That's what we do, man.
No. You know, anywhere else I go, you know, it'd be the standard questions. Yeah, man, so what's your influences? You know what I'm saying? So what was your background? You know, was music always, you know, always around? And how, you know, the tradition, you know, straight ahead standard type stuff.
Yeah.
Like, these are the kinds of questions that can only come from home. Or somebody that's really like a fanatic. But, you know, I'm not saying that. You know, I said it's home.
Take option A.
No, but go ahead. But Groove Essentials, go on.
But we are fanatical about Glenn Lewis.
True.
The dude's a dope artist. It is what it is.
Hey, man, I appreciate it.
The thing to do, you dropped that along with, there was a video for that too.
Yeah.
Right? This was basically your first sort of song coming out with a single. What was it like for you at that time? Like,
it was a big deal, man. I was super excited hearing my song on the radio for the first time, and my first video shoot and all the experiences that went in with that, like, you know, really having to deal with the clock, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody is like, hey, look, come 6 o'clock, it's a wrap. You know, whatever footage you got, that's it. That's what you got to work with. You know what I'm saying? So you're trying to get in as many different shots as you can. I worked with amazing directors. They're gonna be mad at me, Patrick Nichols and oh my God, he's gonna be mad at me. Anyway, but you know what I'm saying, they made the experience great. Because, you know, they were visionaries. You know what I'm saying? At that time, for what they did, it's funny, like, looking back at that video now, and you know, I might see like a Carl Thomas's I Wish or whatever else, and that was years later. And I'm like, dang, you know, like, these dudes was really, you know what I'm saying,
doing the thing at that time.
But it was exciting for me, man. It was I felt like it was another significant step to really getting out there. But the funny thing is, I mean, if we really want to get into issues, you know, it's funny to me that I look back on that moment and I was like, wow, I'm making a move here. This is my first video and my song is out, and you know what I'm saying, Groove Essentials, I'm down with Ivan Berry and whatever else. And then suddenly you discover that there was no real infrastructure. So the music kind of just goes nowhere. Right. A couple people hear it. You might be lucky to get a Juno nomination or something like that. But really,
you did get a Juno.
Yeah, but it's like, it's funny to look back then and to even look now. And things have changed somewhat. You know what I'm saying? But still, for the amount of people that love R&B, in this country, and for artists to still only do like 40,000 units, 50,000 units. I know I know downloading it. Yeah, seriously. Yeah. I know downloading is an issue, but you know what? I'm getting off topic. But
no, it's cool. We talked about the same thing came up with Julie Black. We had Julie Black here last year, and we were like, yo, Julie, when did you really realize that, yo, just because you have a song out and everyone loves your joint, when does it hit you like, yo, like this isn't as easy as just putting out a track, Yeah. And her thing was like, yo, when I was what did she say? I was signing autographs as a Royal Bank teller.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, it kind of goes along the same thing.
Yeah. The funny thing is, I seen a there was a magazine that Julie had done an interview. I didn't get a chance to read the whole article, but man, she that's another art. Like any artist you see out here, make no mistake about it. They blood, they sweat and tears. They're paving the way for whomever's coming. And hopefully, God willing, this is something that's going to pay off, because it's not an individual effort. It's something that we all have to do together. But the Julies, myself, Chaos, Socrates, in whatever genre, we all trying to do what we can to make certain moves for people, to force people's hand to take notice. Like, this is lucrative. This is an industry that is making money, and beyond just the making money aspect of it, there's integrity. There's actual art. Like Julie is one of the more phenomenal singers in this city, hands down.
Oh, easy.
It's the reason why she is who she is today. It's the reason why she's one of the few doing what she's doing in this country, along with the Divine Browns and so on and so forth. But there's very few. I heard the article I was talking about. There's a little quote that Julie gave. She was like, it's something to the effect of, if you're living in the past or if you're chasing the future, you're practically dead. And it came at a time that was such a wake-up call to me, because if we're really going to get into stuff, man, I'm telling you, from that album, World Outside My Window, till now, the amount of growth and the things that I've experienced, the things that I've been exposed to, what that whole, the whole American industry is, and the machine that it is, and just all the inner workings, and why it's been so difficult. And hopefully I can take the opportunity to address everyone that's ever stopped me. Like, you see how you said Julie at Royal Bank, talking about, it really hit me when I was signing autographs, you know what I'm saying, at Royal Bank, whatever. For me, I can't leave my house or turn on the computer without an email or somebody asking me, yo, dude, where the album at? And the frustrating part is in my mind, before I even utter anything, I'm like, if you only knew. Because if it was as easy as me just, hey, here it is. You know what I'm saying? But there's so many layers. There's so many things you gotta push through to try to, to get your music out there. Yeah. And sadly, even to this day, it's somewhat a little bit of a struggle, but you gotta fight, because this game is not for the faint-hearted.
That is so true, man. Yeah. Speaking of albums, you dropped probably one of the better ones for 2001, it would have been 2002, World Outside My Window. You were signed to a major. Epic, Sony. That is a big deal coming from this city. We can, like I said, we count our hands, like the amount of dudes. And not even dudes. You're probably one of the first dudes, really, because it was Deborah Cox and Tamia that had done stuff in the past. But you were really the first one out of this generation to be signed to a major. What was that like for you? Was there a breath and going right into it, or like what was it like for you?
It was a lot of mixed emotions, because you feel the pressure of, based on what I do and my decisions, this could pave the way for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it was hard, because I'm still thinking about home. I'm still thinking about my family. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. I was excited, but I was aware that it was, it was major. It was kind of like a do or die situation, and it was a real blessing. But it's so funny, It's like, at the end of the day, I got all excited because I was like, man, they gonna make the difference in my career, in my life, because basically my career is my life. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, wow, they really gonna make the difference. And then you kind of realize, man, that there's no love there. It's like, do what you're supposed to,
right?
Or it's a wrap.
Right, you're a product.
You know what I'm saying?